Life is full of work and stress. Parenting can be a mess. Being a woman is hard enough without adding on that extra stuff. We'll cover topics of every kind. Helpful resources we will find. We'll even drink a bottle of wine. Join us. It will be a real good time.
Hi, I'm Amanda,
And I'm Nikki.
and welcome to Working Mom's Wine, where we drink a bottle of wine.
Oh, look at how fancy our bottle is.
Oh, it's a heart shape for Valentine's.
That's so cute. And we whine about our crazy, busy, stressful working mom lives while trying to come up with resources and help along the way, or fun, or all of the above.
That's right. I'm going to keep this bottle after
Or,
there's no more
or,
wine in it.
or,
Or, or we're going to keep adding to our resume. So I went to the wine store on the way home since we had decided we were going to record, and I found this
hmm
cute little heart shaped bottle.
very cute.
Excuse me. It's Purple Toad Winery, which has other wines, and this is called Black and Bruised, which does come in a normal bottle, but they've got like a heart shaped one for Valentine's Day. And I was like, I've never heard of this, and it's not expensive. It was like 25 bucks, but that's expensive enough that I'm like, I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna like drinking it. And I looked it up, and
hmm
apparently, like, this winery gets a lot of awards, so we're
Oh,
gonna try it. Yeah.
fancy pants.
And now I get to keep the bottle when I'm done, and like I could fill it with potpourri, or like we could put candy in it, or like
Colored
olive oil
sand.
is what the lady at the liquor store suggested. Just something cute, use it again. Because I was like, I'm definitely keeping this bottle. Okay, so if you tuned in last time, we're watching a killer's game, which is a trader's knockoff, basically. With some people in it you might recognize, some people in it you might recognize, and we're all rooting for poor Tim, who seems to be on his own. He doesn't belong to any of the groups. So
They
to
have
recap,
gamers and flight attendants and acting school friends, I guess, and then
yeah,
Tim.
and this guy, Alan's replacement, what's his name?
I don't think I caught his name, actually.
I know they said it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, whoever's hosting this. Don't
Sorry to
strike at
that
me over
man.
this. Yeah, but he owns this property where they're all able to play games and have a murder barn and all this fun stuff. So last episode they played their first game. There's a team that won immunity. No one really has gotten murdered yet, but the immunity team is immune from going on
Oh,
trial. So the traders have picked 3 people who are now on trial, and from those 3 they will pick their murder victim, but it sounds like they're going to have to murder that person in plain sight, if I
yes. We
interpreted that
probably should
correctly.
have read this before, but it says dive into the heart pounding world of a killer's game, a fully immersive live experience where everyday people are secretly labeled innocent or killer. Innocents must uncover the wolves in sheep's clothing before time runs out, or become the next victim. Killers lie, manipulate, and strike in the shadow. Tense accusations and explosive reveals, mind games, alliances, and brutal betrayals. Real-time clocks ticking down to elimination. New
Darn.
episodes weekly, full seasons, behind-the-scenes breakdowns, player interviews, strategy guides. Subscribe now. The game is on, and trust no one.
If you guys want to subscribe and keep watching, it's a killer's game. So at a
Mhm.
killer's game brought it up for me.
On
Um,
YouTube.
Let me see. I'm potentially gonna mess things up, but that is the icon. Um, episode 2. So I am recording. We're using a different interface, but when I use this interface to export, it hasn't been behaving lately, and so I always re-record things in. I call it OBS. Apparently, people call it OBS, and I'm stupid. But It is, I'm using OBS, OBS, whatever you want to call it, especially since I'm screen sharing. So on the final one, we're going to have a very big thing of YouTube with us in the corner of it. But all of that to say, I forgot to turn OBS off after we recorded the first episode. So now I'm going to have to go back and manually figure out where the first episode ends and the second episode starts
Oh.
because I'm an idiot, but that's fine. I was so proud of myself for immediately clicking the stop recording button on the interface that we are using, and then I forgot to do it on OBS, but whatever. So here is episode 2, without further ado.
Last night, I asked the traders to give me 3 names to put on public trial. Anyone who was granted immunity last night could not be put on trial. On these 3 names, one of them will be killed. Oh my God. That's tonight's murder.
Will be killed.
The 3 names are
Who's on trial?
Nick.
Nick was right. He's on trial.
I won the chopping block. Can't say I'm surprised. Knew that I was going to be up for murder, but hey, at least I'm not murdered yet, so I have a chance.
I think all 3 of us could be really strong players to make it to the end. So I'm not surprised. I think they were really just trying to take out maybe some heavy hitters right from the beginning.
I'd
Not
like
to
to
toot
know
my
more
own
about
horn,
this
but
puzzle piece tattoo. Tim.
I didn't
we
even
don't
notice
have
his
that many
tattoo.
connections
Is
here.
it like the autism
Everyone knows
one?
each other from outside here
Oh, maybe.
in one way or another.
I don't
and
think so,
I
though.
just
It's
come
a
in
different looking puzzle piece.
lonesome.
You aren't going to kill tonight, but you have 10 seconds to tell me one person to put on trial.
Is that too quiet?
Here's my gut instinct. Tells me Nick.
Okay.
Patrick.
We'll do Kevin. I've really locked down.
So
with
they
him,
each picked
I
a different
think it'll
person.
clear me.
Okay. Real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be interested to know if any of them tried to pick the same person. Like, was Nick top on everyone's mind? Or were they all just like different people? That would be interesting to know. Like, come on, like get them together. Come on.
All 3 of you have been put up for trial. One of you will be murdered at the last murder call. However, it does not mean to give up hope yet. There's still time to make connections. Figure out, see, and understand who's alive. I'll see y'all in this waters here.
So they're gonna get to have a banishment session.
The first murder, but there wasn't really a murder. There's 3 people in fire.
Nick, Kevin, and Patrick. So, if
Okay, do you see the immediate problem with this? Announcing
No.
the trial people?
Mm-mm.
You know they aren't traitors. Unless the
Okay.
traitors...
Well,
So,
a traitor
here's the
could
thing.
put themselves up for trial if they know they're not going to be murdered.
They could. And maybe the other faithfuls don't know this, but the traitors haven't met yet. They know who each other is, but they didn't get together. So unless a traitor says, I want to put myself up for trial, I guess they could have picked from the other names, the other traitor names. But you don't know what decision the other traitors are making, right? So
Yeah.
take this with a grain of salt, host. You can use this in the future. Have your traitors get together, maybe decide if they want to put themselves up for trial and like get themselves out of suspicion, because right now everybody's probably thinking those 3 people that are up for trial are not a traitor.
And also, why are they referred to on the description as innocent and killer, and then here they are, traitor and faithful, like on the show?
Well,
What
maybe it's
happened there?
because
I
they
want to know
knew
what
that
happened
like
there.
well, maybe it's because they knew that like in writing they would have to say it one way, but in the actual video maybe it wouldn't get caught as much
Okay.
if they're worried about copyright stuff. I don't know.
Nick is not killed amongst those 3, he's clearly not a traitor. He's definitely a traitor, and he's just in that lineup.
Well,
If he's
they
safe
think he
with
is
those
one.
angels, Patrick, it's either like
Chloe's a traitor and she's voting for Patrick.
Or just trying to like fill out the correct.
Or Jody is voting for Patrick. Or Patrick is voting for. Like, there's someone in that group has to be a traitor.
I will say I'm super surprised to see Patrick also on the chopping block. Perhaps he's a traitor and he's put himself on the chopping block to try to mask it.
So they're
But I
catching
might have
on
just screwed myself over because I brought that theory up
strategy.
to this group that I didn't register. It had Chloe in it, who's like his freaking fiance or something. And I was like, yeah, maybe Patrick's a traitor.
Yeah, the couple things I told
That's
you.
interesting.
The couple things made me nervous. I think they're either both
I
or
think
not.
he could have nominated himself to be like, I'm obviously.
He's seen
But
it.
no,
That's why
I
we
really
think
like
he's on
this.
like,
I love
we
this
think at
plan
least
of-
one of them is. So that's why it's like if he's
Wait,
banished,
I'm
you're
torn.
like,
I love that people think the traders are smart enough to do that, and they
This
weren't.
morning. Crazy, right? I was confused that my grandma trying to make peach cobbler after she got dementia. Today's competition, folks, is called Wanted, Dead or Alive. Y'all will be split again into 3 teams of 6. One at a time in your teams, you will go into the whiskey barn. And you will have 5 minutes to identify all the wanted posters within the barn. Take note, though, the details are going to be very, very special, making sure you've
Well, maybe he said whiskey barn and
After
not
5
murder
minutes,
barn.
I will ask you to leave my barn, and I will go inside and wreak havoc, changing certain wanted posters around. I will have you come back in, and you will have 3 minutes to identify all the wanted posters that have been changed.
Wanted posters.
If together
$200 and mine's
y'all
$75.
identify more than 75% of the changed wanted posters, y'all will add $100 to the prize.
Can't get over that.
If you identify more than 50%, $75. And if you identify nearly 25%, well, $50.
Know your equipment, man. There's a storm blowing in. I'm gonna be really disappointed if Luke's outfits don't match the red cowboy hat. Between the cowboy hat and the wig, I need to see this from Luke every time. Throwing out best friends tomatoes. I've got property goals after seeing this. We could build a whiskey barn. We've got enough space. Stolen chocolate milk.
If it isn't a bunch of curry rolls, how y'all feeling after that home? Y'all feel like you got it? Yeah. I remember 75% you get. Biggest percent you get. 5% you get. All right. Team 1, you clocked in with 3 out of 6 points. Team 2, you clocked in at 4. Now, unless Team 3 got 6 out of 6, you're nowhere near 75%. Team 3, clocked in with 6.
Wow, what a tee up. I like memory challenges.
Congratulations on the $100.
I don't, but it's only because
Now,
I'd
in
be
the beginning,
terrible.
I asked you all to do 4 topics. You control the shield. You are shielded from the first banishment. I will announce the things at the snake. See you there, folks.
Did he just say you could be shielded from banishment too?
I don't know. I'm having trouble.
Pretty sure he just said you're
Hearing
shielded
him in
from the
the
first
spine.
banishment. That's weird.
Shake hands while you still can.
do
I'm
think
so bad at names.
we have to banish one of the three of them.
Yes.
Which I also think everyone's saying
we don't want to banish.
everyone's saying we should just banish Nick.
Banish Nick because right.
They have to
Because
banish
we'll
one of the
find
people
out if he's a
on
traitor or
trial?
not so quickly.
It leaves
And
you,
then
yeah, and it makes
The
the
option
option
of
more
obvious
obvious.
slam. Yeah, you're not gonna like the
Because then it just
I got
gives me.
the round table is going to get so personal. So
It's
going to get.
I'm nervous. I think
That's
where everything is gonna.
It's gonna be. Does
come to
anybody
light.
have anything to say, Jen?
No, I'm nervous that my name is gonna get thrown out there, and I'm gonna be like, me? We have no idea what the fuck is happening. No idea. I just cannot wait to see what
I
happens
think
at
they're
this
super
first
drunk
round.
right now.
Wish me luck.
The way they're talking.
Yeehaw.
Players, welcome to the first snake pit.
Probably.
If you chose the shield,
Snake pit.
you chose the power to be safe from the first banishment. The people who are safe from banishment
Yeah.
are
Oh,
Megan, Patrick,
Patrick.
Josh, Daniel, and Tim.
So you can be.
5
on
people are
trial
safe from
if
today's
you're
banishment, leaving 13 of you vulnerable.
But
The
you
time
didn't
for
show
my
us
talking's
people
done,
using shield.
and it's
That
time
makes
for the
it-
snakes to whisper. Please begin.
I want to
Start, Patrick, go.
Pick up, and it's just I have 2 things that I want to call out that I think are suspicious. I think one, the fact that the 3 of us that were put up for the trial today were from the same team. I think it would be very suspicious for somebody if somebody was traded on our team for all of us to be on the same team. So I'm looking at the other.
And that was 2 from last night.
Correct, 2 from last night. I think the other thing is, I don't think any of us are traitors because of the nature of how it went down last night. If they're going in one-on-one, not knowing really who the traitors are, or having a chance to talk, why would they pick their own name to be put up for trial? I feel like it's really deceiving early on.
I respect your opinion, but I do think that the traitors had a chance to meet and discuss and could definitely have put their names up
Well, they
for
didn't.
murder.
I think last night when we all one by one went into the murder bar, the traitor went in, they were told who the other traitors were, and they were told to pick someone to put on trial.
That's what I think.
So that's why we have 3 trials. There are 3 traitors in the team. I don't think a traitor
Yes,
put
ma'am.
himself in at this point, but a traitor could put himself in.
It depends on
Yeah.
the order. Whether he said
Yeah.
Putting oneself on trial as a traitor, not another fellow traitor, could be a strong way to start the game, to throw the scent off.
But to
Like, why would a
Jordan's,
traitor put
I feel like to
themselves-
Jordan's point though, that wouldn't be a great strategy either. It's like
Oh, the puppy.
you just started working with these traders, and then you're trying to make some bold single trader move, putting yourself up like that.
Well, also, why would a trader want their name to be talked about that much right off the bat?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
double bluffs happen. Double bluffs happen.
Double bluffs
That's all I'm saying.
Of course, I'm going to say this, but I do feel like it's way more likely than not that the
That
3
was not
people
smart.
who are on trial are not traitors. So
Okay,
I think
fair
it's
point.
worth considering other than.
With all due
Let's
respect,
talk
please
about
do not
what
banish
names
us.
have been going around.
Sure.
And then we can. I had sinister energy. Baby girl, I'm unemployed. I don't wake up at 8 a.m. My energy shifted a couple hours into the game. I'm not a traitor. And we can clear that up.
I heard Nick say, but
Yeah.
I think it's easier to point out who we think is a victim at this point, that who's looking or acting suspicious, because we don't know who Jim are.
Yeah.
There's no way, Joe, after what happened this morning, that you are a traitor. So we went from 13 potential candidates down to 12. There's no way you're a traitor. Your heart is done in your gut in the last 4 hours. Deanne, look, I'll do 3. Put myself up, but you're not a traitor.
Last night, Rebecca had like a reaction to losing the competition.
Okay.
And then that made me,
What
I was
happened
like,
this morning that made him think Joe isn't a
but
traitor?
then I talked to other people.
Everyone
who
who
bet-
knows me.
Right.
don't know.
And that's what I think is tough is like if you don't know a person like
Correct.
super well,
Yeah.
their
We're missing
behavior
a
could be
lot.
normal for one person. And so I was like, I think Rebecca's
I
acting
was
a little
genuinely very
suspicious.
sad.
And then this morning, everyone's like, that's kind of like how she is. And I was like, oh, okay, great. So like I'm gonna trust the people who I do know to tell me that that's normal.
I think there's anything to a plan of getting somebody out who's up for trial so that it eliminates down to 2 options to get more information.
I think you're not being
That is maybe our best bet.
Yeah, not because I think any of them are, but if you get, yeah. Patrick has a shield, so it'd be between Kevin and Nick.
You know, we're faithful, so like it's kind of just
Wait, you're saying you should banish someone who's on trial?
No, because it's a 0% chance of getting rid of a traitor.
One of the three of us.
I mean, well, you guys also have to think about it this way. Like, if we banish one of the three who's on trial, then one of the other two is definitely being killed.
This is hard without
So, like,
professional sound
so
people. I
Patrick's
can't
safe, but
follow
that means
what's
Patrick
going
could
on at
kill
all.
you.
It's just what
So, like, just because you might be safe now, Patrick could be dead by now.
I mean, if you're trying to win the game as a faithful, I mean, it makes no sense to banish running the three. Like, you've already, I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but it's even almost unanimous that people are like, the three
It's
people on
weird that
trial
like shields
are
can protect you
faithful.
from
Like, why
bad
would a
humans. I don't like it.
I don't think it's unanimous that the three people on trial are faithful.
People to go for one of them, I think is a little sus.
But why would it be unanimous that the people on trial are faithful? Because we've seen this show,
Why would
and a lot of times people put their names up
themselves on there on day one?
because that's a good strategy.
Why is that a good strategy?
Because then people won't think it's them.
Well, you
Because then you have heat on you early, and
Yeah.
you get through that like first passage of heat, and then you're completely faithful. That would be.
I think it's more likely that another traitor put one of the other
what you
traitors
do.
on the trial because
I don't think.
see, I think it's more likely because you're all competing for money at the end.
That's why I don't think they would do that.
Okay, so then who do you think it could be?
I mean, I hate to throw out a name, but like, I think someone who's been extremely quiet is just.
Oh.
Yeah, so I've been listening because I like to do that. So I don't think that you coming from me is really based on anything. I will say you are putting words in a lot of our mouths, intentionally or not, when you say things like, I've heard my name, and it's a lot of people are saying it can't be the three of us. Well, no, not a lot of people are saying that. You're just projecting that.
I don't think there's a traitor there. I don't think it makes sense strategically. I don't think it makes sense for the game. And honestly, like, I have no reason to really like. Okay, sure, I could be saying that because I'm the traitor who put myself in there, but I would never fucking do that anyways.
All I'm saying is, it feels like Nick is trying to make the argument that there's no way it would be the three of them, where I am saying it absolutely still could be. I'm not saying it definitely is.
It's a possibility.
I think it's more likely that they're.
I didn't when you came for me for no reason. I certainly.
I mean, saying I came for you by saying when I'm told to get out a name, and the way I come for you saying that you keep quiet is a crazy overhype of that.
Great.
Any other name? I don't know.
Because that went so well.
There's like some people were throwing out names, and then people were back up. Yeah, you're 100% right. Like with the theory, I'm just gonna be honest and forefront with you. Chloe, when you brought up that theory about talking about stuff, I think people with Richard, he's like, oh yeah, that's T. You jumped right on and you got her up. So I think to be that suspicious, and that's what it is.
That's fair. No, I don't want to vote you out. I don't think you're a traitor. I just was trying to throw a theory out because nobody was saying names.
I think the trap that the traders could easily put us into is that we all came here and like there's different like respective groups from what I've heard, and we just need to be conscious of that. Like the traders could be using that against us and be like, oh, like, hey, this group might be tight, this group might be tight, this group might be tight.
That is true.
If I were to if a trader wanted to
How
have
can
a
they
really
use
good
anything
strategy,
against you when they
they
haven't
could
met
be
yet?
faithful on trial, and then convince the group that one of them must be a traitor, because that way they know their entire traitor gang, who was not on trial, is safe.
Players, the time for talk is over. Please grab your chalkboards and your chalk and write the name down. I will ask you to reveal your vote, starting with Kevin. Please write the name down of the person you think is a traitor.
I think Nick's in danger for sure, but I think he did it to himself. It's funny because a lot of
Kevin!
real traitor, but
Who
I don't
do you
that's
think is a
what's going
traitor
on.
and why?
Yeah, nobody brought her up.
Yeah.
The fact that it was brought up that the strategy behind the three of us being, sorry, it's Chloe. You brought it up, so I'm going to bring you in.
That's fair.
Lucas, who do you think is a traitor and why?
Okay, so this one's literally nothing personal. I just
Nice,
I
that's
truly
fair.
don't have a view right now because all of this
Defend
happened too
yourself.
fast, I don't have time to think. But I do think this individual has been kind of more quiet, so I'm gonna have to vote Joe E.
Joseph D. Who do you think is a traitor and why?
Guys. Nick, do I know you're a traitor? No, I do. I did feel a little attacked. If we both make it through this, we do.
Shocking.
I wonder if this is gonna be like a super split one.
Tim, who do you think is a traitor and why?
I put myself down.
What?
Well, I know I'm safe, and I have no reason to accuse anybody yet of being a traitor. I have a vibe on who.
You do need to revote, Tim.
You need to revote Tim.
I'm gonna vote for Nick just because we understand why I just voted for you, even though it's.
Yeah, that's a rule, buddy.
Deanne, who do you think is a traitor and why?
This is also kind of random. I feel like you can't get anywhere with like names here, so I just picked Jordan. Sorry, it's just because you like
I get why
said your
Tim's
name, you're like,
by
I know my name's floating around. And
That's gonna
I
make
know,
yourself look
I don't
weird.
feel like I had enough information in this conversation. It's not personal at all. I wasn't thinking of you being shifty this morning. I have no idea if you like were.
Nobody knows
Caitlin.
what they're doing.
Yes.
Who do you think is a traitor and why?
I'm sorry already, Nick.
Joey.
I don't know. I'm just going, and again, this isn't personal. I'm just going because.
Did you steal that hat from the host? Because he was wearing that
Oh,
yet.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really? So, like, I'm
Black one with the
sorry.
flowers
It
on
is
it.
too late.
Luke Gary.
One for
Who do you
everybody.
think
and
is a
Nick
traitor
has
and why?
two.
Since I was going up the bandwagon thing, I did say Rich, just because I saw.
I think Nick has three.
And that was just affecting. I don't think you're a traitor.
Rebecca, who do you think is a traitor and why?
So I'm gonna start by saying that I don't think
It's so hard to
Look,
hear.
we're still getting like all new names.
Brianna Tyler are not traders, and I just think it'd be dumb for the faithfuls to get tabled out in 2 hours. That being said, I have no idea.
But I
who the
voted for
traders
Nick
are.
anyway.
I
Just
don't
kidding.
necessarily think this person is a traitor, but I really don't know who they are. I'm sorry to remember for you. I also voted for you because I didn't think anyone else was going to vote for you, so I was like, I don't think I can actually get out. Same.
Josh.
I just have to put this vote here, not because I think they're a traitor, but I think that they are very
Who?
influential, and I just feel like
I don't know.
power. So I'm sorry.
So far, that is 2 votes Chloe, 3 votes Nick, 2 votes Jordan, 1 vote Joe E, 1 vote Jen with 2 N's, and 1 vote Richard. Jordan.
I think she voted
Joseph.
Jordan.
I don't think you were a traitor at all. Literally half a name there, ran out of time. I just panicked and didn't know what to do.
Richard.
I also said Nick. I think it's possible that there is one traitor in the 3, and I think that
Nobody
that
knows
still
what they're
gives
doing.
more information than choosing Ramsey anybody else.
Megan.
I do think you would be an excellent trader, having been in an environment like this before, and you could pull off the double
Nick's gonna go home.
Daniel. Who do you think is a traitor and why?
So last time a few people came up to me saying that this person was throwing my name around. You also fucked me over from $100,000 4 years ago, and it is time to get even. Doing that, I actually don't even care if you are a traitor or not, but I'm voting for
Oh.
Chloe.
I feel really bad because
What did he say about $100,000?
I don't know, but
decided that maybe my
apparently Nick's been throwing his name
bring that
around.
up was wrong. So I just went with somebody who said their name, and to save it to you guys, like I just because you said your name from around, that was the only thing I was going off of. I'm sorry.
Jane.
I do think if we're looking at who's on trial, we need to look at the people who are like in their groups. I really do like this person, and I don't think you have sinister energy at all. But I did vote for
Currently 4 votes for Jordan, 6 votes for Nick.
I completely thought this was going to be a throwaway vote because I didn't think anybody was thinking the same thing. I didn't think so many other people were going to be throwing it away. So Jordan. Sorry.
Jordan, if you have 1 more vote, you will tie with Nick, and it will go into a double time, and you will vote between Jordan and Nick.
They
as
might
a
catch
team.
a traitor.
Nick, who do you think is a traitor and why?
You know, I just wish a lot of these theories about there's no way that the 3 people on trial are
Not
traitors
himself.
would have been vocalized during the discussion so that me just have to defend myself and like make a whole scene that didn't need to be had. That being said,
It was vocalized, and you didn't pick up.
I
on
put
it.
this name because I already had to say that they were quiet and it made a huge scene. And so I don't want to create another enemy, so I just wrote just his name.
Okay.
Well, folks, Nick, with 6 votes, you are banished from Blood and Stone Acres. Nick, please stand in the center of my snake pit and reveal your true identity.
Hearing all these people say I'm definitely a faithful,
He
even as I
deserves it.
walk up here
He did a
is
terrible
crazy to me.
game.
Well, it's not good yet. It makes a lot of sense. And I think my arguments, while maybe I was speaking loudly, made a lot of sense. And I think people have said that. I think it will be very important to consider the people who put my name down as an easy vote. That doesn't quite make sense, but I think it was very easy to scapegoat. So I would just pay attention to those names. That being said, you all have chosen to banish me, and I am.
Well, we know. It's not a cliffhanger.
Right.
That's a weird place to end it.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to hate. Like, it's cool that they're doing it, but
Yeah. It's more than I could do ever.
be better. I don't know. Maybe I could do
I
better.
don't know. It's kind of. It just reminds me of like when we were kids and we like made
Sure.
music videos and things like.
Sure, but they're not 9.
Sure.
It's a cool idea. I like the idea of it. It needs a lot of improvement.
I like the idea. I like the setting. I like the people.
Yeah.
I like what they've done so far for like challenges and things. I
Yeah.
just don't like that
That's
I can't hear anything. It's like
Yeah, that needs
it's
like
really hard to
have them
follow
meet.
conversation.
Yeah, have them meet inside. We didn't get to see any conversations in between individual people if anything happened in
Mhm.
between. We didn't get to like the traders need to meet each other. They need to have their own conversation. That needs to be recorded. Even like the whole Nick cliffhanger. It's not a cliffhanger. We know he's the faithful. We know they're about to be surprised, but we are not surprised. So have that moment and then maybe like some lead up to something that might keep us hanging on because it's the audience you want to keep hanging on, not the people playing your game that have already finished your game. In my opinion, but anyways, I am still getting great joy out of it and I would not mind watching more.
I wonder
And
if they, when they started this, if they planned to post it online and stuff already. Like, did they
that's
know
a
they
good
were going to
question.
do
Like
it, or
maybe
were
it
they
was
just
at
doing it with
first just a fun
friends?
thing between friends because that would make more
Yeah.
sense as to why there's some content missing and
And
things
I
like
need to
that.
know who the host is. He looks extremely familiar somehow. And I can't figure out if it's
Uh,
because he looks kind of like Vic from Big Brother,
I just
or
got rid of that channel too.
if he's. Well, it didn't have his name. Like, I looked in the description.
Oh, really?
I didn't see
Not even on
anybody's
the actual
names.
channel?
Yeah. But
That's crazy.
unless it's in the caption on one of the videos, but he looks very familiar. I'm like, I don't know. He looks a lot like Vic, from Big Brother, who married Nicole Franzel and all that.
Let me see.
He's definitely not. It's definitely not him, but it looks a lot like him. And I'm like, is it just because he looks so similar, or have I seen him from some show? Since so many of them are from reality TV.
Yeah, it's
Did
not
they
in
say
the
that
description.
Josh guy was from reality TV? I don't know who he is. I need to
Let's see here.
go back to the beginning and see who is in what groups.
But yeah, it's fun. I like it. Obviously there's always going to be room for improvement, criticism, things like that. But I will say overall it's very cool.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll be watching some more in the future. If you decided to watch, let us know what you think of the series, what your reactions are to the first couple of episodes. But as always, you can find us on all the socials as Working Moms Whine, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.